Brady versus Rodgers. Here we go. What is going on, y'all? 5 Sports Talk back at it with another video. Talking, of course, some NFL here to talk about the game of the year that I'm predicting is going to be the game of the year. The New England Patriots versus the Green Bay Packers. We've got Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady, considered the two of the best quarterbacks, not just in the NFL today, but of all time. So here to give you guys my game preview for that game. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Make sure to hit that big red subscribe button down below because I do talk a lot of football on this channel. You don't want to miss out. So I'm going to talk matchups. I'm going to talk about the key strategies I think both teams should employ, how they should attack each other, talk about the outcome, what I think is going to happen, give my prediction, and finally give you a final score for this matchup. So with that being said, let's get started. Now, the last time these two teams met was 4 years ago, back in 2010, in which the Green Bay Packers beat the New England Patriots 26-21. But that was in Lambeau Field. Last time they met in Gillette Stadium was even longer than that. I think back in 2010, if I'm not mistaken here. Yep, 2010 was the last time they met in Gillette Stadium. And this game, of course, is in New England. It is the primetime game on Sunday Night Football. Boy, am I excited for this one. There's been a lot of talk. Did you see the MJ commercial where he talked about a lot of talk about the GOAT and who is the GOAT? And let's settle about playing head-to-head. Great commercial, by the way. With that being said, I digress. Let's talk about the matchup itself. And let's start with, of course, the New England Patriots and talk about their defense. They're the 25th ranked defense, 27th against the pass, 14th against the rush. The Packers defense is 12th in the NFL, which is pretty impressive. The Packers defense has been pretty impressive this season. 5th against the pass, 22nd against the rush. They had a pretty good performance against the Los Angeles Rams until, obviously, Ty Montgomery cost Aaron Rodgers an opportunity to win that game. I don't want to talk about it because I'm still pissed about that. But with that being said, Patriots, obviously, on the year, 6-2. The Green Bay Packers, 3-3-1. And so, there you have it with the rankings of the teams and how they've been doing. Aaron Rodgers on the year, 13 touchdowns to 1 pick. I believe Tom Brady, 16 touchdowns to 7 picks, if I am not mistaken. So both quarterbacks playing at their usual high levels, though I expect Brady to have a little less interceptions and Rodgers to have a bit more touchdowns. But with that being said, let's talk about how these teams should attack each other. And I'm going to start with the Patriots, who have home field advantage, which you cannot underestimate, playing in Gillette Stadium, playing in Foxborough. So we take a look at New England and their offense. Early on, they struggled a little bit. We saw them lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars, and then we saw them drop an ugly game to the Detroit Lions. I believe that was on Sunday Night Football, which was very surprising. And they picked it up like they always do. And now, like I said, they're back to 6-2 and offense is clicking. Now, last week, or I should say just this week against the Buffalo Bills, Tom Brady did not throw a touchdown, though he did have the yardage, and they still put up 25 points via field goals. That was because, obviously, the Buffalo Bills defense is very good. Their offense is just atrocious, but that's another conversation for another day. I don't expect Sony Michel to play in this game, so it's going to be the James White show again, though I expect Tom Brady to have his full complement of receivers in Josh Gordon, Julian Edelman, Chris Hogan, Rob Gronkowski. So Tom Brady in the passing game should have no shortage of weapons, and we take a look at the fact that this Green Bay team is ranked 5th against the pass. We saw that Green Bay played the Rams very, very well. They played Brandon Cooks and Robert Woods very well. They weren't able to have big games. So this Green Bay secondary, much improved with their rookie cornerback, this Jair Alexander's very good. Now, they did just trade away Clinton Dix, their safety, to the Redskins. So that takes a hit there. So maybe now you target Gronk a little bit more because of obviously leaving or getting traded. But as far as Tom Brady still being able to shred this team, I think he's going to do what he always does. But even more so, I think he's going to try to target the short passing game. Again, James White show. That's what I'm expecting here. James White, Julian Edelman, a little bit of Chris Hogan, You can mix in Gronk too, but I really do feel like Tom Brady is going to do a lot of checkdowns, which he's been doing a lot of, curl routes to Julian Edelman, because like I said, the secondary of the Packers has been pretty formidable. We couldn't say that the past couple of seasons. And then we take a look at the fact that they're 22nd against the rush. You can attack Green Bay on the ground, and teams have, though James White is not really a bruiser. He is a pass-catching back. So who do you have? Like I said, if Sony Michel plays great, he would be a huge advantage for the Patriots. But I don't know if he's going to. And then you've got Kenyon Barner. You've got Cordero Patterson, who's a kick returner that they turned into an HB last week. So I don't really know. I think what's going to happen is Tom Brady's going to use the short passing game as his extension of the running game. And I think that's how he's going to attack this Packers team. And let's look at the other side real quick with Green Bay, who is going to be facing a significantly worse defense than theirs in New England, which, like I mentioned, 25th overall. They're 27th against the pass and 14th against the rush. Aaron Rodgers should have all the time in the world. Patriots have not been able to, put any pressure on a lot of people. They've been getting shredded through the air, and with Devontae Adams, Jimmy Graham, Geronimo Allison back now, and Randall Cobb back as well, I expect Aaron Rodgers to have a big game. I expect him to have a bigger game than Tom Brady, just because he's going up against a lesser defense than Brady will be going up against. And so you can attack this New England team every which way. We saw Mitchell Trubisky threw 2 touchdowns against them. We saw, if it wasn't for the Buffalo offense being inept in Derek Anderson, they could have certainly scored on the New England defense. They gave up like a 40-yard pass to Kelvin Benjamin, who looks like a tight end at this point and not even a receiver. So certainly Aaron Rodgers can shred this secondary, and I expect him to. And so that's how I look at it. I wish they would get Aaron Jones more involved. Maybe they do now that Ty Montgomery's out of town and they just have Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams. But really, the way to attack this New England team is through the air, and attack them however you want. Deep, short, medium. Aaron Rodgers is a magician. He'll do it. So I expect him to have a big game through the air. So now let's real quickly talk about the keys here with the Packers. The Packers, I believe they need to pressure Tom Brady. They need to get hits on this man. That is the only way you can slow down Tom Brady, is you get a couple hits on him. Jaguars and the Lions, the two teams that beat the Patriots, both got 2 sacks on Tom Brady. The Packers need to do that. And then as far as the Patriots, they need to get the run game to work a little bit, because they have to take advantage of the Green Bay defense, which is worse on the ground than the air. So I hope James White has able to have a decent game, but really at least 70 yards rushing is what you need in this game, I believe, from James White. But like I said, they're going to use the passing as well. So overall, that's my preview for the Patriots versus the Packers. A lot of good matchups as well. Like I said, Gronk, Josh Gordon, Devontae Adams. I expect Stephon Gilmore to shadow Devontae Adams, but Devontae Adams is as matchup proof as they come in this league. I mentioned to you guys about how I think Julian Edelman and James White are going to be the short passing attack for the New England Patriots. I think Jimmy Graham is going to be in line for a decent game as well. So overall, that's my preview for this game. I expect both teams to exploit each other's advantages through the air. I expect Aaron Rodgers to have more success than Tom Brady, but on the ground, the Patriots should have more success than the Green Bay Packers. So my final score for this game is 34-28 New England Patriots. My final reasoning really is the fact that this game is being played in Foxborough at Gillette Stadium, and home field advantage really matters in the NFL to me, I think, and that's going to be very important for the Patriots. And I think with the fact that, like I said, Tom Brady has this full requisite of weapons at his disposal, he is going to make use of them, and he is going to do what he always does with a high-powered team. Now, on the other end, I expect Aaron Rodgers to have a big game. But like I said, in Foxborough, in Gillette Stadium, I expect it to be very close. I'm predicting it to be very close, less than a touchdown. But I'm going with the Patriots just because they're at home. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys agree with me or disagree with me, leave a comment down below. As always, thanks for watching.